Hi everyone, I am back on this page 4 from the Colouring Heaven Tiny Yearbook by Agotapop, and we have a cupcake design. There's all sorts going on in this picture. So we have a cupcake, some leaves, we have house pencils, all sorts. So let's have a little closer look. So I'm thinking this is a January theme, so how is this going to fit in? Well, I'm thinking maybe we could do the cupcake icing as snow. I'm not sure how. We could do snow on the, that looks like there's icicles on the little building there, and snow on the top of the chimney. Right, let's get started with some of the greenery, because I can do that without thinking too hard, and then we can move through the picture. So I'm going to start with these bushes. I'm going to do all those four, the same, and we're going to start with 579, which is a sort of dark olive colour. What's it called? Olive dark, hey. Getting to know the names. Now, a lot of people, whenever I use the design journey, ask me how I know what the names are, because they only have the numbers on the name, on the pencil barrels and on the boxes. Well, the I'm still unsure whether to do those the same. I don't know. The if you go onto Staedtler's website and you look up this set of pencils in their sort of online, I don't think it's a shop, it's a listing of their different pencil types. There is a little grid on the left hand side with all the colours. If you hover over those colours with your mouse, it tells you the name. How difficult is that to find? Pretty difficult, which is why, that's gone a bit scratchy, which is why I put together a little chart. Doing this tree. I'm really tempted to do it like a lollipop. It is on a cake after all. Right, let's go around the edge. You'd have to do it like this. But it's on a little stick as well. So, around the edge like this. Nice and dark, lots of layers, and then a bit less as you come in. Yeah, so I put together a chart with the names, numbers and names for you, which is available in my Ko-fi shop. It's free. You can just, there's a link, there'll be a link in the description somewhere. Oh, I put that away. I need to keep it out. There we go. There we go. 57 is my next green. I'm going to go over what I've done because that makes it easier for the colours to fade into each other. So we're not properly blending, we're layering. You can't blend a hard pencil. People use the word, I do myself, but it isn't actually what's happening. A true blend is where you're actually smushing the colour around on the page, and that isn't happening here. I'm just covering over what's there. So that's not quite right. This colour is a bit brown and dirty for a cupcake, isn't it? Just thinking about it, you know, if these were candies on a cupcake, I don't think I'd want to eat them. Maybe we'll make these other two a bit nicer. I really like this colour. I'm not saying I don't like the colour. I'm just thinking, if that was a candy, would you eat it? No. Anyway. Oh well. There we go. So our final colour is a bit lighter and brighter. Hopefully it will pick it all up. Is the 56. And again, I'm going to go over all of it. I always think it's good to keep layering it up, because if you've missed a bit, like I have down here at the bottom, you can cover it over. And it just brightens it all, really. I mean, look how much brighter that looks compared with that. It might be hard to see on camera. I don't know. If you're colouring along, you'll see it in your picture. But yes, as I say, I've got the chart with the names on. If you would like them, it's free to download. But I've also got colour comparison charts. So if you don't have the Staedtlers and you want to colour along, but you're a little bit unsure as to which colours to pick from your set of pencils, then I do have some charts. Not for all brands. I mean, obviously, I think it's not true saying there's an infinite amount of brands of pencil. It does almost feel like it, doesn't it? But I've done it for quite a few different brands, so hopefully some of your brands are there, because I'm sort of assuming most people don't just have one. Right, I really want to brighten this up, so I'm going to use this lemon pencil 12. I'm going to go over all of them with this, hoping that it just gives them a bit of a perk. I don't know how much it's going to show up. I'm going to do a few layers just to try and brighten. I can see it's making a little bit of difference. Not huge, but a little bit. Better than none. Now for the other bushes here and here, I'm thinking about that thing's a good word, isn't it? You used to get bits of coloured jelly type stuff that you would put on cakes. Oh, I know what I mean. Shapes, and you'd make little splodges. Is it Angelica? Is that the right word? That's that sort of greeny colour? I don't know. Anyway, we're using 551, which is a light green, it's called, but for me it's quite candy-like. Look at that. But almost fluorescent. It's quite looks a bit like the Viridi pencil that you get in the Castle Arts pastel tint set. Anyway, it's very different to the other green, obviously. There we go. Nearly to the end, and then we're going to use, oh, I've just knocked the pencil, hold on. Here we go. Actually, that's the pale, I don't know, it might work. 550 is the pale green. It looks right, but when I sit on my swatch chart, it's not quite the colour I thought. I think it'll work. Yeah, I was thinking it would be something a little bit more bluey green, but I think it works if you compare it to that one. Now, I don't know what colour to do these two pencils. I've got more pencils to do as well, not the day after tomorrow. Lots of pencils. If you don't know how to colour pencils and you're following this video, you'll know there's lots to do. But the good thing is you can do them any colour, you can do them stripy, you can do like a normal lead, you know, a grey lead and stripe, and just any colour. It's just, there's a lot of possibilities. Excuse me yawning. Now I'm going to do my snow on my cake. I'm hoping it's going to look okay, but you might want to watch and then decide. I'm going to start with 602. This is a pastel violet, and it's a sort of washed purple or greyed lavender, that sort of shade, which is where I want to start. And I'm going to start here. I'm going to leave a white edge and do a bit here, and then sort of fade it back. And then the same one here. I'm going to start about here, draw quite a definite line. I'm just following the line that's drawn there already. There's nothing too difficult. I can't draw, so it's just following a line and then fading it back like that. Now, if it doesn't end up looking like snow, it might just end up looking like violet icing, which isn't the most unlikely colour. You can absolutely just do this in pink if you want, and do your pink or cream. A cream colour's quite, I don't really have one in this set of pencils, but a cream colour's quite good. I can hear some, oh, maybe someone's putting the bins away. It's bin day today. The bin's been emptied, but I didn't put them away. I wonder if someone else is doing it. Sometimes that happens, not often. But my husband gets stressed if they put them back wrong. Okay, so we've got a basic sort of violet-y, pastel-y colour, and then we can use a little bit of grey as well. This is 800. It's called Cool Grey. It's a really pale one, and I'm just going to go over the edge of this a little bit, maybe extend that colour a little bit further. I want to leave a white gap on each side so that it looks more like shadow than the actual snow. So you know, there's shadow on the snow, and it sort of emphasises the shape of our icing. So I'm leaving it like that, so it is very pale. Now a trick as well for this is to then go over the black lines with white pen, and then it looks far more snowy like. But we're going to use some white pen at the end, and I'll decide whether I think it needs that or not. Our houses, now I want to put some snow on the roof. What I've decided I'm going to do is to colour them in and then apply the snow with dots of white pen after, because I've got a white pen and I think it will look more effective, and I can add dots to the other items in the picture as well. Let's do these leaves next. I want to use a colour I haven't used yet. Let's use, yeah, oh, I just dropped it. Number 38, this is our deep sea green, I think. Yeah, sea green. I'm going to do the bottoms of these with this. See, for me, this is a hooker's green, not the hooker's green that we used yesterday that looked like a blue. And just fade it off like that. And do the same on this one. Like that. And then grab number 5 and go over what you've done. Ooh. And fade it to the tip. Like that. And then the same here. There we go. Now I'm a little bit unsure of what to do colour wise. I'm thinking if I do some purple on the case, it will work together with the purple there, and I think that'll work well. But I think I might go a slightly, what's that one? Yeah, I'm thinking the slate blue might work quite nicely. It is like a blue violet, and I think it might do well. Now I'd quite like it not to be completely plain, but I think I'm just going to do a layer of this first, but quite lightly. So I'm holding the pencil quite far up to keep my strokes quite light and gentle, and I can't put much pressure on the end of the pencil so it's not so intense. And then I'll think about stripes. It's tempting to just do a sort of cross-hatchy stripe in this, all in with one colour. I think that might work quite well. I also find it quite difficult knowing where to put the stripes when we've got this sort of cake marked in. I think I'll just start there. I'll do one on each line like that. Try and go to the bottom, like me. And I'm just going to work my way across to the very end. Just check the stripes are reasonable. I've got a few bits down here that are a bit white. And then we have to do the across ones. Now the shape. Now you could try and go that way, or you could do it straight. I think I'm gonna try to replicate the bend in the paper. I've never done this before, so I don't know if it's going to work, if it's going to look right. Oh, that's a bit messy. It's a bit hard on the smaller ones, I have discovered. So maybe we won't worry quite so much. We're trying to get that shape. I'm just tidying up that bit. Just jumped up at me as being a bit messy. Must just check the time in a minute. There we go. Oh, yeah. My son's on his way, you see, home. I need to just check. I shall hear the train go by when he comes past. Now I feel we need to brighten a little bit. We need something. It's very cold, isn't it, this picture? The house. What can we do? The house colour. I'm going to do a grey roof. It's not going to brighten it very much, but number 8. We'll get some yellow in those windows in a minute. That will help. I can't decide what colour to do the walls. I always find it quite difficult to decide. And I'm thinking, is this like an edible gingerbread house? Is it a biscuit? Or is it just a decoration? I mean, I don't know whether Agatha even decided, you know, or whether she just popped a house on a cake, because why not? I'm very tempted to do it in a nice blue colour. I think I'm going to grab this. It's not quite as cold as the pastel blue. This is 31. It is the glacier blue, and weirdly it seems a bit warmer, which, considering the name, you would think it would be colder, but for me it's just a little bit warmer. But you know, it's January, so we expect things to be a little bit cold. Oh, we haven't done anything in that little swirl of icing there. Look at that. Interesting. I'm just going to layer over again. And then I will get another blue. There we go. I'm going to go up to a slightly darker blue. This is number 30. And I'm going to put a few shadows in. So here, where they're overlapping, under the window and under the roof. I haven't done the chimney. Let's pop that in. And then the door. I wonder whether I should just make the door. I should really just think about making the door handle darker rather than trying to put a shadow under it. Right, that little bit of snow that I missed, I'm just going to use the 602. I'm just going to put a tad in there like that. Right, pencils. We could do blues, seeing as it's quite a cold picture. I am just going to grab this grey, actually, this 800, and do the stem of this lollipop / tree, and then just put a little bit each side of that stick. Now back to our pencils. I am going to use the 85 first for this bit. I'm going to go quite gently here. And here. And then grab the 77 to finish it. I just need to put my magnifying specs on. I'm struggling a little bit. That's better. Sorry, it's 77. Try not to do it too dark, but I've used slightly darker colours because I wanted slightly colder colours rather than using the sort of ochres and yellows and things that we were using before. There we go. I think I need to do the window, and I'm going to use the light yellow, number 10. I'm just doing that before the pencils because it's something that I'm likely to forget. So although it's yellow, I feel like this is quite a cold yellow. Now the pencils, I am going to do one in this colour, whoops, which I can't get hold of. This is 36, this is the indigo blue. So I'm going to start dark on the edge and lighter towards the middle, just basically doing less layers, less pressure, fading out. Oh, there's my son's train. That's good timing. I had to get this done before he gets here. Takes him about 15 or 20 minutes to walk here from the station. Go. It's funny, isn't it, that we can hear the train so clearly, but it takes so long from the station. It's because we have a I just thought I'd do that a bit darker. We have a crossing by our house where people cross the line. I'm going to do number 3 for the other one, and when the train passes over that, they have to sound their horn. So I know the train is coming by, but it isn't right at the station. Depends which way it's going as to whether he's on it or not when it goes by. Actually he's not, it would have gone. Just thinking about the direction it will be going in. So just layering up. I can hear a siren. Now I haven't done the little circular blobs on the cake, have I? I haven't forgotten. I want to do them in silver, and I'm going to be doing some white, as I said, and I need to, so I thought the silver is going to be a pen. I'm going to use my Gellyroll metallic silver, this one here, for those, and then I'm going to get my white out and do some snow. So here are the silver blobs. You can use a silver pencil if you have one. I actually find silver pencil quite effective for this sort of thing, but I don't have one in here because there isn't one in the Staedtler set, so hence the use of a pen. And then a white. This is actually a Sakura Gellyroll 8, but it doesn't really matter what white you use. And I'm going to start just dotting on some snow. So here's some snow on the bush, and then on the house. Now we've got this bit that's icicles. I'm just going to sort of go over all that in white, and then like the top of the roof here. Now how much you put is totally up to you. You want to have enough so you can see it's there, which is what I'm desperately trying to do, but also not so much that you can't see what you're covering up, basically. So I'm hoping that it's going to show up. And I'm thinking, because this is the cake, this is probably actually icing sugar, you know. Now put put some on the top of the lolly, but also put a shine on it, because I'm thinking it's a sort of shiny, boiled, sweet type lollipop type thing. Now this is quite pale on the tops of these, so I'm doing it anyway, because if you look closely you'll notice, and I think it needs to work, because why would this one have some and not that one type thing. I don't know about Picnic on the pencils though. It seems a little bit odd, but we'll see. Some on the leaves. Now I feel that if I take out too much of this it will look odd, because I won't have taken out any of the other white lines. So I might just do it a bit lightly, so you will still be able to see some of the black line through, but it's not quite so harsh. Now if you don't have a white pen, you can do this by going over it with a good white pencil. I'm not sure that the Staedtler pencil would hold up to this, but a Prismacolor pencil would cover this over. Now normally I would do a few layers so that you could really see this, but the point is that I don't want it all to just vanish too much. Now I'm going to just do a bit more snow. But it can't be too long, or else my son will be ringing the doorbell. He's not going to be happy. He's got to stand outside in the cold for too long. I'm having fun with my dots. There, I think I will leave it there though, or else, yes, there we go. So there is our finished cake. Got a car tomorrow, that'll be interesting. But anyway, thank you for watching today. Hope that you have a really super day, and happy colouring.